never thought it could be like this.
Branko CIKATIĆ from Yugoslavia, one mean-looking man.
He's known as the Stone because he has little expression on his face and seems to be able to take any kind of punishment. Now training at Tom Harring's CIKATIĆ gym, and he really is awesome. He doesn't look so big with that robe on, but as soon as he takes it off, look at that physique, my goodness.
So we got CIKATIČ in the blue trunks and Ernesto Hoost in the red.
That's right, and I'm very interested to see how this fight turns out. There was no Rammoy, they were straight into it. And I think both men are very experienced fighters. They're going to feel each other out in the early parts of round one. Immediately they're in the clinches. Hoost bringing in the knee. CIKATIČ punching in close range. Bringing in that long looping right hand of his. If that connects, that's over. That's the evening finished. Very strong right hand. Branko, a good technician, but his main attribute, sheer strength. He's got all the Yugoslavian attributes, bullheadedness and sheer power. Already he's pushed Hoost down, a slip, so there's no standing 8 count. Hoost is coming back, but I think he would have to be superhuman not to be a little bit intimidated by the reputation of this incredible Yugoslav.
So let's just go through his record again.
Well, CIKATIČ has now had 31 fights, so which he's had 30 wins, 1 loss, which was a controversial one to Don Wilson, the American fighter, and no draws. The night that he lost to Wilson, he really wasn't himself. I mean, he might as well have mailed his fight in from Yugoslavia. He was that far off the mark. When he's on form, he's unbeatable. And I think Hoost must be really aware of that tonight.
Are there a lot of Muay Thai boxers from the Eastern Bloc?
It's very popular. I mean, it hasn't got the numbers that you find in the West, I think for obvious reasons, because it's harder to promote events and to promote clubs under that regime. But those fighters they have got are like CIKATIČ. They've come from nothing and they're hard men. And there are few harder men in any... As I mentioned before, if he connects with that, that's going to be it. But at the moment, Hoost has managed to stay out of trouble. Now he's holding and punching with the other hand. Hoost spinning to try to get out of danger and then back into grappling range. And look at CIKATIČ punching to the back of the head.
What would you think Hoost's best tactics might be tonight?
I think that he needs to, first he has to stay out of the way for the first couple of rounds until he feels more confident. I think anybody getting in the ring with CIKATIČ is aware of the man's reputation. And I think, as was said earlier, if he gets to the 3rd and 4th to try to pick off points, a knockout, I think, is beyond the capabilities of Hoost. I think beyond the capabilities of any currently active kickboxer in this weight category. He doesn't know what he's up against.
Hoost is looking very pensive for the moment.
Very pensive, yes.
Maybe he's got something up his sleeve.
Yeah, or down his trunks. And he's...
well, we know he's got something down his trunks.
He just fired out a nice high kick. Oh, look at him repeating off the jab there. Nice jabs, but they didn't quite find the mark. And you've got to hit CIKATIČ hard to make any kind of impact. It's no good flicking at him. The man is solid. He's fought at all kind of weights. Hoost really mixing it up then. What a brave man. I mean, he was bringing the fight to CIKATIČ. Combination of punches, but still he's not landing anything heavy. And you've got to really sock it to this man. Applying the classic counter to a low tie kick there with his own shin. The crowd are getting behind their man. And I'm sure Hoost is gaining confidence from that. And Branko not firing on all jets yet. I think he's been a slow starter for this fight. Oh, now left there. Famous last words from me. A left rocked Hoost. More of a slip, so there's no standing 8 count. Again, they're exchanging low kicks, but this seems to me to be more of a puncher's fight than a kicker's one. The kicks they're firing are not particularly powerful, but some of the punching has been very sharp. Loud, but the ref obviously turning a blind eye. Hoost forward again. Oh, look at that round kick, up and over the ropes, and no expression on CIKATIČ's face.
Yeah, there doesn't really seem to be too much kicking at the moment. Do you think somebody might seize the initiative if they start giving a few low kicks?
Certainly, CIKATIĆ has landed some solid kicks in previous fights I've seen him in, and I think as yet he's still getting into the fight. He hasn't hit his mark as yet. Meanwhile, Hoost is being buoyed up by the crowd, who are 100% behind him. Nice kick, but not particularly powerful. He's following it up with punches. He landed a nice shot there, flush on the chin, and that probably would have stopped or hurt a lesser fighter, but with CIKATIČ he can absorb a lot of punishment. Oh, and a nice left, another left. Now he's coming back. As soon as you start to put Branko in any kind of danger, he comes back at you. Hoost fighting back bravely. They're over in a neutral corner, the crowd on their feet. They're in grappling and the referee's separating them. And I'm really impressed by Hoost's courage here. He's not taking anything. He keeps coming back at the man, and the crowd are behind him 100%. Oh, and a left hand there. And he's been given a mandatory 8 count. That was a knockdown. The crowd don't like it. They think it was a slip. Look at CIKATIČ glowering in his corner. He doesn't care. That was a nice sharp left. Yeah, he's got a slight swelling around the left eye. I think that might have been an accidental clash of heads as opposed to a punch. I haven't seen any solid headshots from Hoost to CIKATIČ. But mind you, he was firing some very fast punches and he might just have caught him.
Who's out of the game at the moment, would you say then?
I would say that due to the 8 count taken by Hoost in the last round, then CIKATIČ will now be ahead. But having said that, Hoost is putting together some very good punching combinations. The crowd are loving it. Oh, and there, a slip. He was down. CIKATIČ followed up with a kick, and the crowd don't like this at all. Look at them, and the crowd on their feet.
Oh, this is really going to go off now.
This is really going to be hot stuff. This is fireworks in there. Hoost with a left jab. Low kick. Branko coming forward now. Branko is mad now. He doesn't like that kind of treatment from any crowd, and he's going to take it out on Hoost. The crowd accused him of kicking the man when he was down. I think it was an accident. Branko certainly seems more businesslike now than he was before.
I don't know about an accident. If it was football, I think we call that a late tackle.
Yes, a professional foul perhaps. Still, in the heat of the fray, it's very difficult to tell which is which. And sharp jabbing from Hoost, but he's being pushed back into a neutral corner.
Still surprisingly, very much a boxing man.
Very much, yes, not much kicking at all. Pressing forward, and he'll be getting points for that. The judges will award points to him for constantly being on the attack and forcing Hoost backwards. They like to see a man moving forward. And I think CIKATIČ is really looking for that big shot now. He's walking forward, very intent, and he's looking for that big shot that's going to put Hoost out of the fight. There he is, forcing the man back. And Hoost is doing a good job. Oh, a nice right hand to the chin of CIKATIČ. The crowd back on their feet. And now it's Hoost pushing forward. And he's got CIKATIČ in the corner. And he's piling in the combinations. CIKATIČ covering. Goodness me, what an upset. And now CIKATIČ receiving a standing 8 count. And the crowd are crazy.
And scenes around us.
And this may be a rerun of the Wilson fight, where towards the middle part of the encounter, CIKATIČ ran out of steam and suffered at the hands of Wilson, and that fight was stopped in the 7th round.
Okay, so here we go for round 4. It's the 4th of 5 rounds, lasting 3 minutes each. Now Hoost has really got a good chance here, I think.
He certainly has. I mean, he took a knockdown earlier, took a standing 8. Now he's given CIKATIČ a standing 8. Oh, look at those combinations! My goodness, what punching! And it's sharper than most boxing matches that you see. And again, CIKATIČ punching after time, and he's caught Hoost down. Again, bottles being thrown at the ring and the crowd on their feet from that punch after the fight was stopped.
Missiles still coming in.
Yes.
CIKATIĆ had his first warning.
And this is ugly scenes here at ringside. And the fight awarded to Hoost. Branko has been disqualified.
So this is going to make the rest of the world sit up and take notice of Ernesto Hoost, especially America, yeah?
I hope so, because I hope that I prove that I'm a real one of the best of the world now, and I hope that the offers for fights will come now.
Well, it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy, Ernesto. Now go and get yourself a shower, mate.
Thank you.